How do you decide what your most important financial needs are? It seems simple enough. Pay your bills on time, and whatever is left over goes to food and maybe a hot stone massage. Easy peasy, right? Well, we wouldn't be making this video if we didn't think there was more to it than that. According to a Bankrate survey, 38% of Americans say their biggest priority is making sure their bills are paid on time, followed by paying down debt. And that's fine. If your goal is to survive on canned vegetables and beans from month to month, you've got it covered. But if you want to make life worth living, it might help to know what you're worth and what your goals are worth. First things first, who are you financially? Do you profile like someone who can be a home buyer in 6 months or 2 years? Do you profile like someone who can retire early or late? Is your side hustle good enough to be on one of those YouTube videos where you get to stand in front of expensive cars that aren't yours? We kid. But there are 2 ways to figure this out. First, figure out your net worth. Your net worth is your assets, cash, savings, investments, or old baseball cards that are worth a small building, minus your liabilities, student loans, credit cards, medical debt, etc. 2, figure out your spending habits by tracking your expenses across the last 3 to 5 months. It's a small sample size, but it should be enough to give you a specific picture of how you spend on essentials and non-essentials. Can those numbers be adjusted? If so, adjust them so you can slowly increase your assets. These next 2 tips are easier said than done. Figure out the difference between your short-term goals versus your long-term goals. Being able to plan for your future starts with knowing what's most important. Maybe you're thinking about moving, in which case you need to prioritize what you want in your next job and your next home. Both of these require numbers, like knowing the average price of a home in your new area, what you need to put on a down payment, and the cost of living. The cost of living is especially important since it can fluctuate. In some states, for example, housing costs increased 8.2% from 2016 to 2017, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. What are you willing to give up to live in the big city if that's your goal? And finally, build yourself a buffer. None of this math is possible without protecting yourself from an emergency. Don't let a problem in the present become an obstacle in your future. Take control of both with expert planning.